What's good, guys? It's BERADA with No Guidance Entertainment. Shit, I'm here with DZ today. Shit, what you been up to, bro?
What's up, big dog? Shout out No Guidance and shout out Barada for having me. And yeah, man, let's make it happen.
No, yeah. I mean, bro, it's crazy because Cuddy has been hitting me. I've been busy, but it's like shit. Now we're here making it work. And
It's all good. We're long overdue. I knew when I hit you though. I just seen, you know what I'm saying, you seem like you're a little younger than me, and I seen you, collabing, doing your thing like I told you in the field with a lot of younger cats. I figured, man, bro probably never even heard of me, but let me tap in with him, you know what I mean? So we could just do a little interview, because like I told you when I first came in, it's only like my fifth one. I'm not an interview professional. I don't know what to say or what not to say or how to gauge my speed of my conversation, you know what I'm saying? I guess that just comes like with doing more interviews, you know what I'm saying? Just like anything in life, you just get better over time.
Yep. And shoot, usually I try to make this podcast kind of, it's just like we're chopping it up.
Yeah.
This is just a fly on the wall. It's like there's something that we're going to be talking about that some kid or somebody that's, trying to achieve something, that they hear something you say and they're like, damn, bro, that shit's life changing. And it could be on some simple shit to us,
Right.
So, because it's all about mentality, I feel like, I seen this one clip you had recently, did the podcast with the Slept On podcast, right?
Yep.
And then they were just talking about, you're on your like
45th album.
45th album. So it's like, to have that hustle and grind, I feel like that's a different kind of like mentality to even have, because we were just chopping it up. We were like, bro, could he fall off after a while,
Yeah, they do.
So what would you say, you're on your 45th album at this point, like,
And I'm independent.
and independent.
No record label ever signed me. I never had a private investor. I never had a big homie that was trying to put me on, you know what I'm saying? I never had a entertainment lawyer. I never had a publicist. I never had a promoter. I did this shit all by myself from the ground up, just a one-man army, just me.
And what would you say, like, through all those, just through the trials and tribulations of, the 45 albums, what would you say is, like, just, like, the biggest lesson you learned, just whether it's the recording process, whether it's, like, your producers you're working with, like, all that?
The biggest lesson?
Yeah.
Like, what you mean?
Like, in the sense of, like, for everything that we do in life, like, there's a lesson to be learned in the sense of, like say I drop my first song.
Practice makes perfect.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's practice makes perfect. Repetition.
Heard you.
And treat this shit. It depends how bad you want it. A lot of people might not have the same passion or resilience within themselves that maybe another person has. You feel me? So it's all about how bad a person really wants it. And I guess, and you got to treat it like a job, you know what I'm saying, like a 9 to 5, and put the work in to get to wherever you're trying to go. Because it doesn't matter. I've watched people over the years put the work in, whether it's Michael Jordan or whatever. You got to put the work in if you want to be one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just stay consistent and keep doing your thing. And yeah, I'll be looking back like, damn, I can't even believe I got 45 albums. But I'll be in the studio cooking, you know what I'm saying? I go there, 5 to 7 times a week for 2 to 4 to 8 hours, depending on, you know what I'm saying, and just knocking out songs, and I use every song. So there's a lot of people that got a lot of music that they've been making in their bedroom or wherever they've been making it. My best advice is to put that shit out, because it ain't making you no money. And it ain't getting you no exposure on your hard drive. And so you're limiting your chances. Like I just talked to my buddy. He was like, he got a video with Mr. Fab and somebody, D-Lo or something, but he's been sitting on him for like months. And I told him, bro, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Till you have a heart attack in your sleep and can't put it out? You know what I mean? Just saying, just being silly, being silly. But yeah, bro, like, drop that shit, like, now, like, ASAP, you feel me? What are you waiting for? We ain't getting no younger. So I do know that, we're all going to die eventually. So we're on a time clock of some sort, you know what I'm saying? So I'm clocking in and I'm getting as much work done as I can. And I'm not looking back.
Heard you.
So, and I'm just always just want to keep creating new music, you know what I mean? Like,
I fuck with that, though. And I fuck with it, too, because it's like, your work speaks for itself at the end of the day, because you're saying, you just want to make music, 45 albums in. You know,
Yeah, I
and
just
it's
want to
like,
make music with people from Seattle, put the town on the map. I want to make music with people that I grew up listening to, that I consider legends and stuff like that. I want to make music with new up and coming rappers that are relevant, you know what I mean, that are buzzing, that are 20 years younger than me type deal, and just all that, bro.
no, yeah,
You know, there's no age limit to this music. Well, like Stevie Wonder's 100 years old, if he's even still alive, I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like Ray Charles, like these guys are old, bro, you know what I mean? And they're still legends.
Yeah.
So it feels like maybe there's no age on this shit. The sky's the limit.
No, yeah. And what would you say, like, inspired you to start making music, or even just have the idea of, like, damn, man, like, maybe I should cook up?
I just kind of always been into music. I liked music a lot. I liked R&B coming up. I liked rap coming up. I liked all that. Every day we used to listen to cassette tapes in my dad's car, Spice One, and stuff like that on the way to him drop me off. I've been listening to rap music since kindergarten, like super early, and probably like, cause like when I came up, I was always around older cats, not so much the people that were in my grade. In my area, there was always people older than me, you know what I mean? So they were getting into things before I was getting into them, and they was putting me up on them and stuff. Like, I was smoking weed, drinking 40 ounces when I was 14. I mean, I don't know, because I was hanging out with other cats that were now 16 or 17 doing that, you know what I'm saying? So I got into this music shit, like, in 2001, seriously, but after just having a love for music in general, I was freestyling at parties, getting drunk with my buddies, you know what I'm saying? Just having fun with it, you know? Yeah. And so basically it all started as something that was fun, you know what I'm saying? Making music was fun to me. Yeah. Going to the studio has always been fun to me, you know what I'm saying? Creating new music, getting a feature, whoever it may be, that's fun to me, you know what I'm saying? Some people are like, why do you get so many features on your album? Because to me, it's funner to rap in the studio with somebody else and create with somebody else and you know what I'm saying, feel their energy instead of just be up there all by yourself all the time, just making solo shit. Like, I don't know.
I hear you on that, because it's like, there definitely is an energy. It's like whenever you see an old friend or some shit, you know, it's like, you're like, damn, you know, it gives you that, like, you know, the nostalgic feeling of like, damn, bro, I remember me and bro was doing this and that. And I feel like combine that with music, you know, you listen to an old track, you're like, damn, bro, this shit, you know, I remember we were in the studio working 8 hours on this shit and shit, you know? Oh, shit, yeah. That's good. No, but yeah, what would you say, what's the craziest thing that music had brought you? Like, in the sense of, like,
experiences.
So what's been the craziest experience for you?
Well, I went to the University of Arizona. Out in Arizona, I was living out there for 5 years by myself from the day I graduated from high school all the way to 2005. So like 2001 to 2005 or something like that. And while I was out there, I met Corrupt, and Corrupt from the Dog Pound. He's always been somebody that I listened to and looked up to and followed his career and thought he was dope and stuff like that. And I had already been making music at this point out there with some cats from Arizona, and I just happened to run into Corrupt at a basketball game. And, you know, just to sum it all up, from there, the relationship and connection with Corrupt, the places he had me, the rooms he had me in, the people he had me around, and the things we were doing was next level, and I was just a kid, you know? Yeah. Maybe like 18, 19 years old, running with Corrupt from the Dog Pound. He's introducing me to Snoop Dogg. He's introducing me to Daz from the Dog Pound. He's introducing me to Be Real from Cypress Hill and E40, and, you know what I'm saying? Things are just going up from there, and then my connection with Corrupt, I'm using that to my benefit too, like with everything I'm doing. And then people are having a whole different look, like, you know what I'm saying, because I'm running with Corrupt. So they're almost thinking, like, is he signed? Like, what's happening? Like people think he's famous, like, you know what I mean? So early on, and I did my second album, it was Corrupt Presents. and he never charged me for a feature ever. He just said, I'm gonna do this just out the love, and did intros and hooks and verses. That's fire. And still to this very day, I'm in contact with Corrupt, and he's been like a mentor, and he's been somebody that's been, you know what I'm saying, played a big part in my music career. Not so much hands-on, but just think if you linked up with one of your all-time favorite rappers and you just started rapping 1 year before that, that's going to give you a little extra motivation.
Yeah.
So that was always the motivation, you know what I'm saying, because of things we were doing and the nature of the connection. It was like I was sleeping on Corrupt's couch in L.A. He was calling me his little brother, introducing me to people. He went out to Atlanta for 2 summers, and I was in Atlanta, Georgia, riding around with Corrupt, going to Outkast Stankonia Studios and hanging out with David Banner and the Young Bloods and Little John and bumping into T.I. and bumping into Young Jeezy and running into Chingy and just was out there, man, in the ATL fucking with Corrupt because Daz lives out there. And my brother Dannon was living out there at the time, so I was out there staying between Dannon and hanging out with Corrupt every day.
And that was like what, your first year in Arizona?
Nah, my second year in Arizona.
Second year.
Yep.
No, because I remember, you said that you're 18, so I was thinking, okay, you're probably out of college or out of high school. You just had,
Yep.
You know.
I think I was 17 when I moved to Arizona, but I got one of those funny birthdays, which is in August, right before the school year starts. So
it's like that weird cutoff area.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, I was out there since I was 17, living it up. Arizona was dope. Met a lot of different people and got a lot of different connections and met Corrupt.
No, I feel like that story was crazy because it's like, you know, from one little instance in life could be a whole game changer, like just for a path, you know, just
for sure.
You know, just meeting the right person or, you know, saying what's up to someone and catching them on a good day, and it's like, you know, it's a domino effect and all that.
I remember Too Short's one of my all-time favorite rappers. I grew up listening to Too Short as well as Corrupt, but one night there was like a show or something, I can't remember what it was, and we had like hotel room at one of the hotels, and Corrupt's room was, I think it was the Summer Jam. Corrupt's room was right across from Too Short's room. So we were back and forth with Too Short all night hanging out. And I remember there was like a boxing match. And I don't know, at the end, I think they came and they were kicking us out for smoking weed. And Corrupt's like, I'm going to the house. And I was like, all right. And I think I was staying at my brother Dannon's house at the time, and Corrupt was going back to Daz's house because that's where he was staying. And Too Short looked at me and said, "Hey, DZ, where you about to go to?" And I told him, "I don't know. Why? What's up?" And he said, "Let's go to club." It was either Club 112 or Club Visions. And me and Too Short hopped in his 911 Carrera Porsche and fired up some weed and slid through Atlanta. And we pulled up to the back door. They let us in the back door. And we was hanging out on stage with all the big-time Atlanta rappers. And then at the end of the night, Too Short left with a bitch. And I found my way home.
Damn. What was it like? You know, back in the day for, like, the clubs and shit, what would you say is there any difference?
The clubs in
just
Atlanta or Seattle?
I say out in Seattle specifically. Let's talk about that.
Seattle. I used to go to all the clubs. That was like the thing to do when I was, like, coming up. I started going to clubs when I was 15. Damn. And there was a club in Kirkland, and it was called Club Dynamite. Yeah. And if you know, then you know. You know what I mean? We was out in Kirkland, knocking all the white bitches. You know what I'm saying? All the bad white bitches with money and stuff. Yeah. And we were out there. And after that, we started meeting connections in Bellevue and going to Bellevue high school parties and Lake Sammamish parties, and you know what I'm saying, just popping it. And then I think when the next big club was called Cowgirls, I want to say. Or no, maybe it wasn't Cowgirls. I don't know, but it was...
The one in Seattle?
It wasn't Cowgirls. I'm tripping. and I can't remember. Oh, it was called Polyesters, and it was right across from the EMP and the Seattle Center, right underneath the monorail, right over there by they used to have a McDonald's over there that's now turned into like a condo complex. But then we started going to Polyesters, and yeah, bro, we just from going there so much started making connections with securities, and then securities was letting us into other clubs that that was 21 and up that they was running and stuff, and like I don't know, I just remember this one crazy night at Polyesters, like I always I don't know, I always roll with head busters. So I got this buddy named Big Mike, right? And he's 6'5", 350 pounds. And back then, when we were 17 type deal, you know?
Damn.
And he's never scared to fight anybody.
No, yeah, I bet.
And the securities at the club that night, Polyesters, this is just one night I remember from Polyesters, but after that, it was like just after that night, like they just knew me and my buddies who was always coming through there, right? So something happened where, I don't know, Big Mike, he's always tripping, so he trips. And there's like I said, we're probably like 17 at the time. And maybe the securities are 27, 10 years older than us or something, you know what I mean? Like, and they're buff, and you know what I'm saying, they're older, they're more grown, you know what I mean? And somehow, like, Big Mike and one of the securities is getting into like a verbal confrontation, and then Big Mike just says, "Okay, let's go in the middle of the streets." And I just remember the whole club was out in the middle on the sidewalk on both sides, and Big Mike and this other security, this black guy that thought he was super tough, went head up, and Big Mike whooped his ass.
How big was the other dude though?
Not as big
Like,
as
not
Big
as big.
Mike, but big though. You know what I mean? And this one security, I always been buddies with him. I always been buddies with him, and he's been security in and around Seattle for a lifetime. And yeah, bro. But there's been a ton of clubs in Seattle. There was Club Larry's. There was Wild Palms. There was the Down Under. There was man, I can't remember the name of this one. It was down by the stadium. It was cracking. It was down the stairs. There's been so many clubs, and then there was always Venom. Before that, it was called Medusa. Before that, it was called, and after that, it was called Foundation. And then right now, it's probably the dopest club in Seattle. Shout out my buddy Dino, Sarajevo Lounge.
Oh, Sarajevo.
Yep, Sarajevo. So I'm saying that spot had been clubs over the last 40
for a
years
minute,
that I've been around. You know what I mean? Like, it just always went into a different name.
No, that's fire. You just gave me a whole history rundown in Seattle.
Yeah, and then there was like there was another club. There was another club that I used to go to not too long ago called Club Amber in Belltown, and we had that shit cracking for like, man, we had that shit cracking. And then I always used to go to the strip clubs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time growing up in Seattle.
Yeah.
I went out to the clubs.
What was your or when was your first performance? And what was that?
All right, so I recorded my first album called Game Invested and Involved at a guy named Mike Daniels' house, who has a big time studio in his house, and Mike is in like a lowrider car club, and he had every year or every, you know what I'm saying, summer they be having car shows, and they have them in Yakima, and they have them in Spokane and Chehalis and all these little different areas, and Mike has big speakers and stuff like that, and I think that Mike was in charge of the sounds, and so whoever he was working with at the time, he would invite out there, you know what I'm saying, like to try to blow them up, you know what I mean? So my first show was with Mike Daniels at a car show, and I want to say maybe Yakima, and I used to have like, you know, a couple buddies go with me, and we used to have my CDs, and we would sell my CDs all over the car shows. And we really used to kill it, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Because CDs were in and everybody had beats and, you know what I'm saying? They were supportive because they had love for Mike and, you know what I'm saying? He brought me as a guest and we was out there selling them for $5 and $10. And it was like hella parties and hella bitches when the car show was in their city and stuff. And it was cracking, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my first show. And that was back in, at the Lowrider show in Yakima. And that was probably in, 2002 or 3 or something like that. 2, 3, 4, all that because I kept going back every year because it was so cracking.
And just kept on popping, just like an annual type of thing.
Yep, and I always used to see this one guy that was on his grind named Cool Nuts from Portland, and he's older than me, but he always used to be at the car shows all the way out there selling his CDs, and so that was somebody that I made a connection with. You know what I'm saying, from Portland. Yep.
That's fire.
So, yeah, that's my first show. And as of lately and over the years, I never really got into live performances because nobody ever really hit me, even if they said it was going to be for some money and said, hey, DZ, you want to open up for the Young Jeezy concert coming to the Showbox? Give me $2,500 and you can open up and bring your CDs and T-shirt. Nobody ever invited me to do anything like that or give me an opportunity to do anything like that. Not that I was just waiting on anybody to do that, but I was always focused on making music and then making music videos and getting my artwork done and getting my music mixed and getting it mastered and, like, you know what I'm saying, all the shit that, you know, you got to do to get your music out there and stuff, you know?
That's facts.
And so, yeah, bro, that was... Yep.
So what was the process of releasing your music back in the... I mean, so you guys did CDs.
Yeah, I was out the trunk with it, and I still am with physical CDs. And like a lot of the stores in Seattle and other places, when it comes to physical CDs, if you're not already like a household name, they're not like super eager to buy it from you. But they still will give you the opportunity, depending if you got a little bit of a name, you know what I'm saying, or you conduct your business properly, they'll give you a chance to put your CDs in their store, only a few of them, under something called consignment, meaning that you give them your product, and when they sell it, they'll hit you up, you know what I mean? And I never liked that because that never made us a lot of money. And half the stores that I put the music in, I never heard back from them. Whether they shut down, went out of business, robbed me, didn't pay me, but it didn't care because I just looked at it like a promo.
Like an investment.
Yeah, like just getting my CDs out in fucking Idaho or something, you know what I mean, and store it, like shit like that. And then there's a spot called rapbay.com, and I've always been going to the Bay Area a lot because I had a lot of good friends from the University of Arizona that were from San Francisco and Oakland and Vallejo and Richmond and shit like that. So I was always going out to the Bay, making connections out there. And there's this place called Rap Bay, and I used to take my CDs and drop them off there. And they got an online store, and they got a big following for rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bay Area got a big following in general, and they support their people. It seems like more than us. You know what I'm saying? There's more of a structure to their music. Like in Seattle, I don't know, just in music in general, who's your favorite rapper?
Shit, right now, you know, it's crazy. I feel like on some like business shit. Like,
Just whoever. Who's your favorite
saying,
artist?
Like,
Who's
I'm
your
saying,
favorite
like,
rapper?
Mindset wise, Larry June's got to be up there. Just because independent wise, he's fire too.
All right, here's my point right here exactly. He's not from Seattle.
Yeah.
And the Bay Area, their favorite rapper is Larry June too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And their favorite rapper, if you're from Oakland, your favorite rappers are Too Short and Richie Rich and Drew Down. If you're from Vallejo, your favorite rappers are Mac Dre, J Diggs, you know what I'm saying? Frisco, Messy Marv, San Quinn, Juice. Like I'm saying, their favorite rappers are their favorite rappers. If you ask somebody from Seattle, like we just did,
Okay, I get what
you're saying your favorite
saying.
rapper is somebody. Their favorite. Their favorite rappers are their own hometown heroes. Yeah, if you didn't say anybody from Seattle, but I probably wouldn't say anybody from Seattle either. But I was just making a point. The way that the support system is, you know what I'm saying, is different. But there are a lot of talented Seattle rappers, you know what I'm saying, ones that I know about and ones that I don't know about. Seattle has always had a lot of talent with music, but I don't know why we're not in the light. Like we,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I get that.
I don't know. It's 2025. I've been rapping for a minute. I got 45 albums.
Yeah.
Lil Mosey, he just blew up in 1 year.
Yeah,
like,
recently, yeah.
and I don't know. Just Macklemore, I don't know. Maybe he only got one album or something. Just think if I blew up tomorrow like Macklemore, everybody would go back and listen to my 45 albums that I independently put together.
Yeah.
Macklemore, when he came out, he just had that one big album. I'm not sure if he had any albums before that type deal. Like, all I'm basically getting at is like, I put in a lot of footwork, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at where I'm at because I've had a ton of success. But I'm just saying, some people just be blowing up on a fluke. Or I don't even really know, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I could feel
like Lil Cito. You heard of him? Who is that?
That's
I'm saying just like, who is that?
heard you.
You know what I mean? Like, not knocking him, but there's other guys from Seattle I feel like that not even myself should be getting more exposure than they are. Some of the guys from Washington that are getting highlighted, it seems like, I don't know, these are just some brand new guys that came out of nowhere, like, you know what I mean? Maybe even never had a fist fight, like, you know what I mean? Do you even, I don't know. That's just how I feel.
No, I hear what
But
you're
let them
saying.
get their shine on, and then like, I don't know, just Lil Cito, every time I see him, he don't even got a Seattle hat on. Like, who is he repping for?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He got a LA hat on. Come on, bro. Like, where do they say he's from? Tacoma, Puyallup?
Puyallup, yeah.
Man, you better have the Puyallup Players hat on next time I see you or something. Or the Tacoma Rainiers or something, man. You better be
Town
rep it.
business,
You better,
town
it's
business.
town business, man. You better rep it.
Nah, facts. You know, it's like, I feel like nowadays though. Yeah, see, my lighter's on the same side. This shit fast.
Nah, my fingers are so sticky from the weed. The top part about grinding.
Guys.
This is, you all know what
It's cool
happened.
if I you need I got a grinder.
Nah, it's good. I'm smoking.
Oh, I bet. Is it cool if I use your lighter real quick?
Of course.
Okay, appreciate it. But nah, yeah, it's like, I feel like nowadays, it's all about how you market the music in a sense of like, you could definitely say there's Cuddies that's popping right now, but you know that your music's better than theirs in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think the rap game.
Huh.
I don't think that how good you are matters. You know what I mean? Like, cause that's already been determined. You know, as far as I came up in a different time period. Music's different right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came up listening to Tupac and Nas and Ice Cube and, you know what I'm saying? When you listened to Eazy-E and Snoop Dogg, you were like, that was hard. Like, what he said was dope. You know what I mean? Like, he got bars. And that's not really what's going on right now. So I come with a different outlook and perspective, but also with the knowledge of knowing that, like I said, it's a different time right now.
Yeah.
So they didn't grow up on the same rap that I grew up to. Yeah. So maybe I grew up on hardcore NWA, and maybe, I don't know, I don't want to use any more names because I don't want anybody to think I'm picking on them, but maybe somebody else grew up on Little Pump.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Or like Triple X, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the younger guy, 6ix9ine, I don't know, just a younger generation of rap.
Yeah.
The bars aren't really, you know what I'm saying? So that doesn't matter.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, you're right with that. The statement I made is debunked.
I mean, but no, it's not debunked. But I was just giving my perspective.
And I fuck with it though too because it's like.
Do you relate or is it not true? Am I way off with what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying now. It's like, it just came to my mind. It's like, there's people that grew up to Lil Pump. That's crazy to me.
Right.
And it's like, damn. If that's like what they're growing up to and thinking, oh yeah, this is music. It's like, bro.
What I'm saying also.
Hey.
I could never say I didn't like look up to somebody else. You feel me? So that means that other people must look up to other people. You feel me? So I noticed that me looking up to, you know what I'm saying, the gangster rappers that I looked up to, I'm wearing Dickie suits and stuff like that. And the rappers that these guys are looking up to, you know what I'm saying, they're wearing Crocs and stuff like that. So they're wearing Crocs. You see what I'm saying? And these guys are getting their tongue pierced and dyeing their hair yellow. So they're doing shit like that, thinking that that's
the poppin'.
that's what's popping and that's what's cool. But to each their own, and let everybody be who they want to be. You know what I'm saying? There's not one way to be, but it's just back to the music, bars.
Yeah.
Where are the
Focus on-
where are the
focus on the
bars
craft
at?
and
Yeah,
shit.
where are the
Yeah.
bars at these
Yeah.
days?
Who would you say are some artists that you fuck with the new generation though? Because we talked about the.
It seems like there's a lot of new.
Uh-huh.
So like from where I came from, because some of the artists I listen to even now. Like if I grew up listening to Dr. Dre, I would still play Dr. Dre. If I grew up Snoop Dogg, I'll still play Snoop Dogg. So those artists are classic artists that have been around for a lifetime. I might throw on some old school Tupac before I listen to like Lil Pump. You know what I mean? Or so as far as new, how new, I don't know. Like I like Young Jeezy. Is he new? Not really anymore. I like Rick Ross. Is he new?
I guess.
You see where I'm going with it though?
Yeah,
These are newer than Ice Cube and Dr.
that's
Dre and
right,
Eazy-E
That's
and stuff like that. MCA, SIBO, like so I like Meek Mill. Is he new? I like Drake. Is he new? These are newer guys.
Yeah, newer guys. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, these are the newer guys that I like. You're asking me who I think is good. Rick Ross got bars. Drake's a great artist. Meek Mill's got bars. Young Jeezy's dope. Gucci Man's dope. You know what I'm saying? Trying to think who's newer. Like, because like I said, I grew up on Jay-Z and Nas and Biggie and Outkast and like and would still play those. Because maybe their albums are so good that they're just, damn, we could still play them 20 years ago and they're that good? That means they're good, bro. Those are good artists.
Yeah.
Like that one album, Nas's first album, I still remember I was in high school or grade school and I got it, Illmatic. They still be flashing Illmatic, like trying to bring it back like it's a timeless classic album. And I feel like it is. But those are a few of the newer guys that I like. Larry June, he's been around for a minute. He didn't used to be Larry June. He used to be Young June, and he used to rap with my buddy Juice. But Larry June's, if he's considered new, he's a new. You know who's new that I like a lot? La Russell.
Oh, La Russell from
You heard of him?
Yeah. He pulled up to Seattle.
Did you go?
Yeah.
I had my daughter. I didn't even get to make it, but he's a young cat, and I like where he's going with shit.
Yeah.
Because everybody's always... And he's got bars. And it seems like he grew up, even though he's so young, on the same rappers that I grew up on. Because he's from that... And I hear him say stuff like that. Richie Rich. He just did a video with Richie Rich. I grew up on Richie Rich. He had Spice One in his backyard. I grew up on Spice One. You know what I mean? So... And I think him messing with them brings them guys back and makes people realize, yo, this guy is filthy. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they haven't heard of him because they're too young, then
it gets the audience.
and now they get to go back and go through all his material and stuff like that. And but I like La Russell and I like his message. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like on some positive.
On some positive vibes shit.
Yeah, he's on some
like,
positive vibe.
On some real shit.
Yeah, he's real.
Yeah.
I like him.
No, it's fact.
And a lot of people ask me what kind of rap music I do. Like, is it gangster rap? And I'm like, no, because I'm not a gang member. But it's reality rap. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just rapping about my life, just the realities. You know what I'm saying? You'll never hear me rap about selling crack downtown and doing a drive-by because I've never done that. You know what I mean? And I stay true to who I am. So a lot of people might see, you know what I'm saying, something and think I'm one kind of way, but you got to really listen to it to see what he's even talking about. Yeah, like...
You got to really listen.
I mean, you just got to listen. You just got to pop it on. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, I don't know. But back to La Russell, he's got a good message. Everybody these days, it seems like, is all about killing people. But that's not even realistic. Because you might do life in jail if you kill somebody and get caught. And more people are getting caught than not. And I don't want to have to hurt anybody and stuff. I'm spreading love, not hate. You know what I'm saying? I'm spreading positivity, not negativity. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and when I get those type of vibes, I'm steering clear from those type of people. You know what I'm saying?
Less drama,
less drama, bro. I'm drama free. Like, I'm totally removed. I'm out the way. Like, Talk about clubs. I ain't even drinking over 2 years now, and I used to be at the club drinking every single night.
Damn,
Man,
that's
I used to
2 years,
love
bro. That's
drinking.
2 years. Hey, that's.
But I'm
That's
still smoking. I'm
respect, though.
still
That's
smoking a
respect,
gang of
you know?
weed though,
That's
so I'm not
respect.
like sober, but
Still, it's like one step to.
one step further just to being healthier. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because don't ever let yourself slip.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like maybe I was drinking too much, and I just was having too much fun.
Yeah.
And
But
had
you
to
have the self-awareness though.
had to be like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, and just cold turkey.
Damn.
Like my girl, she's like, yo, I'm pregnant. I was like, well, I guess that means you can't drink anymore. And she was like, nope, not for 9 months. I said to myself, this would be a good opportunity for me to be sober for 9 months and not drink, because I only really did it to have fun, you know what I'm saying, and go out. And so just did it cold turkey, boom. Drinking one night to not drinking, now it's been 2 years.
That's respect though.
Right.
That's that discipline.
If I wanted to, I could stop smoking weed tomorrow, even though I smoke 20 joints a day, you know what I'm saying, after I'm done handling my priorities, but responsibilities. But yeah, bro, I could turn that shit off, it feels like, in 1 minute. You got to be like that.
Yeah.
You got to be able to just walk away from whatever it is that is your vice.
Yeah.
If you can't, then you don't have any self-control.
That's facts. That's facts. And shoot, I try to use this podcast kind of like a time capsule. You know, it's October 3rd, 2024. So
2 days, my 45th album comes out. It's
hey,
with my buddy Actual. He's from
You guys
Atlanta, Georgia.
you guys heard
The
it.
name of
October 5th.
the name of the album is Cash Cows.
Cash
It'll be
Cows.
up there on my page though. October 5th, 45th album. Yep, I had to check. I lost count. I didn't know if it was the 44th, 45th, or 46th.
Hey, 45. That's numbers.
But I
That's
just did 100 songs, brand new songs, and 10 songs with one of my favorite rappers, 10 songs with another one, 10 songs with another one. Did albums, group albums.
Damn.
So like I got a new 10-song album coming out, like, or 12
So
songs.
you still got 100.
So right now,
100
I was just
songs,
getting
huh?
ready to say, to the 5th is my second drop out of 100 songs, 10 new albums. This will be the second one. I just dropped Definition of a Hustler last month, and now I'm dropping,
So
and
you
I'm
still-
doing 10 videos, because I gotta at least have one video to promote off each project, because I just make music, release it, make music, release it. I don't focus on promoting one song like a lot of artists do. And that's what I feel like the big rappers do. Like, we know whoever we know for one of their big songs, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they keep banging that in our head, you know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah. Shoot. What's it called? I got a session now. I forgot. It was at 7. But
shout
shoot.
out No Guidance.
Nah, yeah.
Shout out BERADA.
Hey,
It's
man.
DZ from Seattle. It's
saying.
October 3rd, 2024. We're keeping this shit lit, talking shit, and swallowing spit. You feel me? My guy's on the come up. I like what he's doing. Appreciate you having me. It's all love, bro.
Hey, no, appreciate you again too, bro.
Yes,
Hope you
sir.
fuck with the podcast. I mean, shit. I feel like there's a lot of game cutties could, you know.
D
learn
at
from it.
DZ Seattle is my Instagram. It's my Twitter. It's my all that shit. And DZ206 is my YouTube channel. And like I said, I'm putting out hella videos. And if you're just getting up on me right now, I got 100 visuals on there. Go check them out.
Hey, in 2 days too. October 5th, you dropping a project. Make sure you
Yep.
guys tap in with it.
Yep.
Hey, appreciate your time.
And
Appreciate
Actual is
you
an
again.
R&B singer, so the whole album is rap and R&B. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Hey,
always like R&B.
On some smooth shit then.
You already know.
Stay tuned.
My
Catch you
God.
guys. Peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.